Welcome back to the Little Grain Podcast. I'm your host, Charles.
Oh my God, you said it. And I am Sandra.
Yeah.
And this is episode 7?
Yes.
8.
Seven.
7.
Seven.
7.
This is episode 7. Go.
It's been a week. We actually didn't film an episode last week, but because we were caught up with a couple of other episodes that we had filmed.
Yeah, we did like 2 episodes 1 week. And so we were kind of ahead. So it afforded us that week to be behind.
But this week has just been intense. And I think I'm blaming it on my Periodo Malo.
Do you want to tell the people what that is?
Yes. So Charlie's grandpa is...
Who is the speaker of the stars.
He is. He's
understander of the astrological symbols that orbit our galaxy.
He's the cutest little thing. I forget if it's 45 days prior to your birthday is considered like the beginning of your Periodo Malo, and it lasts up until your birthday.
I don't know the specifics.
I don't know if it's your 45 days.
All I know is what I get told every single time is I'm in the Periodo Malo.
Periodo.
Oh God, we have to go step by
like
step.
Period. Periodo.
Periodo. No?
No. Periodo.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Doesn't matter. Malo.
This is so bad. It's so
I
bad.
promise that we will practice.
We will practice. What I was trying to say is every time things are going wrong in my life, my mom says, "This is your bad cycle," which that's the translation.
But it is true though. Like bad things were happening to me this
I
week.
would like to say my family indoctrinated you into this because prior to meeting me, you had no idea.
Well, no,
what
but
these
then
were.
After meeting them and then explaining, I was like, that explains a lot.
After they opened the tome of cycles.
No,
and
it
the universe.
answered a lot of questions I had because for some reason, right before my birthday, I would always experience like sad things. Like you broke up with me before my birthday. I mean, not before, like a month before my birthday.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that was sad.
That was sad.
And then I'm not going to go into detail about other stuff that would happen. And I'm like, but this week was insane.
This week was insane.
And I feel like today
it was kind of
things
crazy.
Are starting to look like better.
Yeah, there's like a light at the end of the tunnel.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Yeah, so this is like, it has to be the worst day.
No,
even though
shut up.
Okay, it's been a good day. It's been a good day so far.
I hate when I just believe that you could jinx it by saying those things.
Okay.
It's not going to be a bad day.
It's been rough for both of us. Like it was yesterday I hit someone from behind. Nothing crazy, but it was at a red light and
yeah, you were like I honestly when you drove in,
yeah.
I thought I was going to be able to see it. You can't see anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything happened. So the situation, it was literally at a red light. I wasn't paying attention. My mind was all over the place because I had to get to work, and I wasn't paying attention. And a good piece of advice my mom gave me after I told her what happened was like, you know what? These accidents are kind of like a sign to just like slow down, really take in the moment, just kind of like wind everything back.
Not like I haven't told you before.
You have told. Okay, yeah. I'm giving it to my mom right now.
Okay.
Jeez, not everything's about you.
No. I'm not saying that what your mom...
Yeah.
No, she's right.
Yeah, no.
I'm glad she said something.
And I will admit...
I'm saying in the sense of like other...
Yes, you also tell me to slow down because sometimes I go a little too fast. Which is true. I'm going to give that to you.
But you know what? It's not even how fast you go. You're just a distracted driver.
I can be.
But yeah, that's just you. You are just distracted easily by things.
Not all the time.
You are almost to the point where like you could be like doing something and like, oh, bird, oh, you know.
Sometimes, not all the time. I'm actually a pretty good driver when I am focused on the road.
No, you are.
But I have been very distracted as of late. As of late, I've been very distracted.
Yeah.
And I need to slow down and I need to like really, when I'm driving, I got to focus on driving, which I used to be when I first got my license. And I haven't been in an accident at all with this car. Like
not with this car.
But
I think, you know what I think happened? And you didn't really explain it much, but I think you probably were like you're right, you were distracted because you said you saw the woman move forward.
Yeah. So the situation, which I was going to explain it real quick, was She like we were at a red light, and you know how you just like move forward with everyone as the because some people turn off or whatever. So she went forward, and I just wasn't paying attention, and I accelerated a little too fast. And so I tried to brake. I didn't, get brake enough in time, so I like bumped her car.
After.
I I mean, it was a little more than a tap, I feel, or maybe it felt like more of a tap or whatever, but it was definitely like a boom, like a bump.
Mm.
And so, she gets out, sees what's happening, asks if we could go to the side of the road. Obviously, I oblige. I go to the side of the road. We exchange information. It doesn't look that bad, but again, with cars, you just never know.
Yeah, how
Like
sensitive they might be.
you can look at the back of a car and be like, it looks fine, and then they take it to a dealership, not a dealership, an auto body
Shop.
shop, and they'll say it's like, oh, it's $12,000 because this bumper we don't make anymore, or you broke the car's spirit and so it's undrivable. Crazy shit that would cost thousands of dollars. But you know what? I have insurance. That's why I have insurance. That's why you get insurance. I did the claim. I gave the information over. I
It's
and
done.
and they just called me like right before we started this to
Yeah.
like finish off the claim. And so I shouldn't be hearing about it again. Just wipe my hands clean of it and just move on with my life.
Yeah.
It just sucks because you feel dumb. You feel like that was a dumb thing to do. If it was a big accident, that's a different story, which you pray to God you never are in.
Which we almost were in a big accident like a couple days before this happened.
Oh, are you talking about wait.
When we were driving back on Saturday.
Oh, yes. Yeah, actually.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, bad week.
It has been a bad week, and I think we were missing.
That's because my periodo malo. Tomorrow's gonna be great, and we're all just gonna have.
But I would like to say
year.
today hasn't been that bad. Let's explain
No.
what happened that day we came home. So
we
you explain it.
we were because I saw it happening.
Yeah.
So we were driving back from my parents, and it was around like 10:30 p.m. And as we were getting off the freeway, we were turning left, and there was a car who was driving so fast and was not going to stop. And
Yeah.
as we're like turning left,
And
this guy
mind
is,
you, I didn't see any of this.
yeah, this guy is like coming super fast, like right at me,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm in the back seat with Mia. And cars like totally just honked, and he went around us. But if there would have been a car behind you, and mind you, I don't know if there was a car behind you and they saw what happened and they stopped. I don't know.
Mm.
But thankfully they weren't close enough to us to like have struck the car. If I don't know. Does that make sense?
It was kind of crazy because I didn't see it, and it's not because I was a distracted driver. It's
No.
because it was green and I had to go. And you even said it was better that you didn't see it because then you wouldn't have stopped.
No, I think because I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like if you would have seen it, you would have stopped the car. Like you would have been like you would have tried to stop, and it almost was better that you didn't stop because you kept going, and he was able to go around us.
Yeah.
But I think he was drunk or something. I mean, like
He had to have
there's
been.
no freaking way that you didn't, like, he ran a red light, and there's no freaking way that he wouldn't have seen.
I feel like people
us
who
go.
do that, especially when they're drunk, they just look at things as like obstacles to get around, and they don't put into consideration
That's
like
exactly how I
the
feel.
human is going to
at
stop
us.
or be like,
And it was this big truck. too.
yeah. So yeah, we almost died. I hit a car.
And then I
It's
almost
just
died.
been one thing after
And then
another.
I almost died
Oh
Friday
yeah,
to Saturday night.
yeah. Your situation at your parents'
And
house.
that one was way more intense. That one was actually, we could have died. Because I went to spend the night Friday to Saturday at my parents with Mia. Because we were going to be having a party, like a small party. Well, it wasn't that small. A party for my nephews.
It was not small. I went there thinking, oh, it's just gonna be them
family.
and the family and your aunts, and that's it.
I'd-
I go there. There are so many people, and I'm like, I don't know who half these people are,
I didn't know who half those people were.
which is crazy.
They were all just people that my aunt invited. Because, like, so my nephew and my cousin are the same age, and they're best friends, and they celebrated their birthdays together, which is really cute. But half of the people there, I didn't know because it was people that my aunt invited, which was sweet.
Yeah.
But anywho, so Friday to Saturday, I spend the night at my parents, and it's like I wake up at like 3 a.m. and because Mia woke me up because she started crying because she lost her passy, and I found it.
That's usually why she cries.
But I'm so thankful that that happened though, because I mean, I'm a light sleeper. I think I would have woken up anyway. But when I put back her passy in her mouth and I turned on my bed, turned around, and I get this like smell of like rotten egg. And I immediately think it's a gas leak. And the thing, I don't think I told you, but my mom had told me a couple weeks ago that my Grandpa Frank,
No, you told
um,
me this.
okay, well,
Yeah, yeah.
Grandpa Frank, who's my mom's neighbor, because my mom lives in this, it's like a 4-unit type of house. Um, my Grandpa Frank, who's next door, he's not really there, like doing really well. And he sometimes forgets to turn off the stove all the way. So he kind of sometimes leaves
So the gas leaks,
the
essentially.
gas leak sometimes.
Which is
So
not
I
good.
immediately thought that's what might be happening. But then I was like, well, it doesn't smell like gas. It smells like rotten egg, which I think that that's different, but it's still a gas leak related.
You were smelling like sulfur.
Yeah, sulfur.
So essentially a demon was around.
Exactly. At 3 a.m.
Oh, the witching hour.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
So I'm
So
here.
you had to battle a demon. Is that what you're saying?
Essentially. No, but then I am there like laying in bed at 3 a.m. thinking, should I wake people up or should I just let it be? Like, what if it's nothing crazy?
Yeah.
But there
Can
was
I say
some.
one thing real quick? Right now, Lou looks crazy because it's really hot. And so she's like panting and she looks
Also,
like
you
a
need to
murderer.
cover your feet because you keep doing that, and I'm sure the camera can get that. And
This is what the
it's
people want.
distracting.
This is what the people want. How am I going to get a good
I'm not
wiki
gonna
feed
film this
score?
episode.
Oh, come on. How am I going to get a good wiki feed like rating? I have to give the people what they want. And there's more of this with my OnlyFans account. Oh, this is not working. I'm sorry. Okay, continue. Okay,
No,
I'll cover
you
the
did
feet.
this last time.
What?
You did this last time, and you kept moving your like. You don't realize that you keep moving your
I'm a fidgeter.
fingers.
I like fidget my
It's
my
distracting.
toesies. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all I could look at when I was rewatching the podcast.
Really?
The episode, yeah.
My feet look good though, right?
No. Anywho, what were you saying about Lucy? That she looks hot because it's hot?
She's hot. Well, obviously she has hair on her, so she's like panting,
Yeah,
and she
I
just looks
also
like
want
a
to say
crazy
that we
person.
filmed this podcast like we were in like 40-degree weather. Like I have a long sleeve, we have candles. This is the light, like, and it's
This is
probably
this is our ambiance.
it's like probably 90 degrees outside.
Oh yeah, no. It may look like it's fall. It's like the dead of summer.
We should in the fall we should do summer theme.
We should.
Okay.
But continue your story.
So anyway, I'm here laying down and I'm like, oh my God, what should I do? Should I wake up? Blah, blah, blah. Should I wake people up? But then I'm like, you know what? I have my daughter. I should think about her. And like, if people get annoyed because I wake them up and it was nothing, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I go to my mom's room and I open the door, like my parents' room, and I open the door and it reeks in there way more. Because in my room, it didn't smell a lot. Like it was just kind of like
You had like a faint smell of it.
Yeah, it would come and go. In their room, it was like strong.
Damn.
And I like open the door and they're not asleep anymore at this
Yeah.
point. Like they're struggling with like, they're like, we can't eat, like this smells horrible. And I'm like, can you guys like, have you guys like, do you guys smell this?
Yeah.
And my dad's like, yeah, it smells like drainage. But it's probably maybe something outside. And I was like, no, this could mean a gas leak. Like we gotta get out. So then my mom wakes up. Mom's like, see, I told you. She immediately is like pissed at my dad. She's like, why are we here? So my dad goes to the living room but it doesn't smell like anything there. Nothing in the kitchen, nothing in
It's
the living room.
only in your parents' room.
Only in my parents' room and a little bit in my room.
That's where the demon's coming out.
So we're like, okay, it can't be. And then we go to we open the main door and we smell the hallway and there's nothing there too. Like it doesn't smell there. So then my dad's like, you know what? I'm going to go outside. And at this point, like I grab Mia, this part is really funny. I pick up Mia. She's passed out. She's in my arms. And you know what she says? She's passed out. Do you know what she says in her sleep? Because she talks in her sleep.
Say it.
Daddy. She's dreaming with you.
I am the best parent.
This little lady
Calm down, Lou.
adores
I love you.
and she always dreams with you.
Daddy.
Yeah. No, and this was also,
I am the daddy.
This is Mia's like best night ever for her because I am holding her in my arms while she's sleeping.
Oh yeah.
So she loves that I'm holding her while she's sleeping. But anyway, my mom and I are both in the living room and my dad's like, you know what? I'm going to go check outside and see if anything out there smells. But of course, this man does not go outside in his PJs ever. So he goes into the room to change clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, sir, you should not be in the room anymore. Like, you shouldn't be smelling this. But anyway, he does it because he doesn't care. But while he does that, he realizes that the smell is actually coming from this like big speaker that he had just put to charge. Like, he was charging overnight, like this karaoke speaker. And the battery, I think it's like overheating.
Which is weird because I think you can leave those to charge overnight. So that's just strange. But I guess, I'm glad you caught it. Like, that's crazy.
Well, because whatever it was releasing was toxic.
Yeah, it's probably the battery,
and I spoke to my brother-in-law
decaying.
the next day. I spoke to Steve the next day, and he said, yeah, that stuff is toxic.
But like,
and it could have exploded.
He was using the speaker at the birthday party.
That's a whole different story.
Oh no.
No, okay, so I'll tell you in a bit about
All
that.
right, Lou, you gotta get off.
So anyway, he unplugs everything. He brings out the speaker, and I like have to confirm. So I have to take a whiff of this because I'm like, is this really it? Because I'm like still thinking it's a gas leak. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to call the police and evacuate the whole entire block.
Jesus.
This is the level of like I think this is happening. And anyway, he takes it outside, and we're in the living room. We close all the bedroom doors, and we open up all the windows and stuff to like air out the rooms and then air out the living room. Even though the living room doesn't smell, like we still air them out, and we turn on like, what is the thing that we have? Not that thing, the other thing, the purifier.
Oh, they turned on the air purifier?
We turned on the air purifier in my room. So eventually when we did go back to the room, we had that. But this was 3 a.m. and we were all like late. This is also really funny. My mom immediately took the big couch and she was like sitting, like laying down in the big couch with me and Mia. And my dad was like laying in the small couch. Like, I was like, why couldn't, anyway. So I asked my mom, I was like, are you feeling anything? Like, are you okay? And she's like, well, my throat was feeling bad.
Which is not good.
No.
That's a sign.
She's like, honestly,
if
you wouldn't have been here, we would have just tried to sleep through it because we thought that it was the drainage or something outside.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So they could have either died or been in the hospital for sure.
So because you were there.
Yeah.
You essentially.
I saved my parents' life.
Very good.
No, your mom said that the other day.
Yeah, you did. Just the way you say it makes us be like, I am a hero.
And I deserve every accolade. But fast forward to obviously the next day, I'm like telling everyone that we almost died. And my dad decides that he's gonna use and I told my dad, I was like, don't use a speaker. Let it be. It's done. And he was so sad. He was like, so the speaker doesn't work anymore? I was like, no, Dad. Like, let it be.
Well, we know what to get for your dad for his birthday.
Okay, well, but what did he do? He used it. Even though I told him, go charge your other speaker, your tiny little speaker.
As a stubborn man should. Always use the stuff that you have no matter what.
And then all of a sudden, I'm inside and I hear music. And I'm assuming that it's the little speaker. And then I hear the little, like, noise that it makes when it, like... the Bluetooth sound, and I was like, he's freaking using that. He's using the speaker. So then I go outside and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. And he's like, it's fine, whatever. So
damn.
He uses the whole entire speaker. Thankfully it's outside. And so far no one has died, so I think we're all good. Mm-hmm. But I called him on Sunday and I was like, you need to throw that speaker away or I won't like talk to you.
Wow. But that's not true. You were talking to him by the end of the night.
No, but I told him the next day.
Oh.
And then he said he would. He was like, I'm not going to use it anymore. And I was like, let us buy you a new karaoke speaker. Because the thing with my dad's obsessed with karaoke, but like not to go to a karaoke bar or sing there. No, he's obsessed with having his own, like, because this is a big speaker. It's like this big from like.
Yeah. No, it's like a nice size speaker.
Yeah. And it has a microphone, obviously. Mm-hmm. So he loves like just.
And cool LED lights in it. Like it lights up.
And cool LED, yeah. And he loves just like turning it on and singing. Like he doesn't even encourage anyone else to sing. This is really just a one-man show for him to sing. Like, do you see him encouraging anyone else to sing?
No, I mean like when we were first dating, there was moments where it's like, Charles, you sing something, and I'm not a singer.
But it wasn't coming from him.
It was coming from you
It was
guys.
coming from us
Yeah,
because we
no,
all
he
wanted
is
to be
very much
included.
like, I want to sing, but he wants to be comfortable. He doesn't want to go to like a bar or
No,
anything.
no, no.
He
He
wants to
wants
be
to.
at his house, drinking some beers, playing some good old fashioned music,
Yeah.
and getting down with
Yeah,
it.
and singing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he's a like. There's not many men like that.
he's
I
so
will say.
cute.
Yeah, he's pretty adorable.
Um,
Not many men
so
like that.
so he was really sad about his speaker, but I told him I was like, Dad, let us like now we have something to buy you because he's also the hardest person to buy something
Well,
for.
now we have an
He
idea.
always finds an issue with every single gift we've given him. And not in a bad way. I don't think he notices that he does this, but like I'll get him some jeans, for example, right?
Hmm.
And he'll be like, oh, they're nice, but there's always a but in every little like thing.
Well, now we can get him a nice, like, we'll get him the same exact speaker so he can't
Yeah.
complain. So he's
Yeah.
like, this is exactly the same one.
For sure.
And he'll still be like, but.
No, actually, maybe we should all pitch in and get him like a really nice one. He's just not allowed to charge it overnight anymore.
Get him a whole karaoke system.
Maybe a whole stage with lights.
A stage with lights. Let's do it.
He would love that. He'll turn the second bedroom into that.
Oh, God. I'm sure your mom would love that.
Well, no one's using it.
But yeah, so it's
So
been
that
just
was-
like
so that
one
was
thing
my
after the
weekend.
other. Yeah, it's been one thing after the other.
So Charlie the other day was like, well, the day before your birthday is probably the worst. And I was like, can you not jinx it? Please?
Yeah, but today has been actually pretty good. Can we give the good news
Oh, yeah.
that we got
We also-
we got a new place.
Yeah, we are moving.
We are moving, so
Just down the block.
just down the block. So it's in the same neighborhood.
Which we're really excited about because we wouldn't be moving if it was far away from here because
No.
we wanted to keep Mia in her daycare.
Yeah, there's a lot of things about this neighborhood that we've kind of gotten used to, and we really wanted to stay in the area. So we were able to find a place. We're moving.
We're moving into
with-
a house
into
with
a house.
my sister and her boyfriend,
Hmm. So
and we're really excited, but I'm also really nervous.
I'm excited. There are nerves just because, we're moving in. You just don't know dynamics quite yet. But I love your sister and her boyfriend. Like, I think
Yeah.
that we're going to be fine. And I'm excited that we'll have like more space because, we do have to pay like not that much extra in rent essentially for this new
No.
place. And we get a whole bedroom for Mia. We get a nice living space, a nice backyard,
Yeah.
a nice kitchen. We essentially right now, and it's served us well. I'm not trying to diss on any of this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you diss on our little cute place.
But it's small.
Yeah, it's a 1 bedroom and it has a small backyard.
It was perfect for us when it was just us. We just got married. We needed a place. It was perfect. But then, we outgrew it really quickly with Mia, with Lucia. It's really hard to keep it clean because there's not a lot of natural storage, like built-in shelves or anything like that. So it's hard to keep it clean. And space is very sparse. Like there's not a lot. So it is nice to move into a place that will have space and we'll be able
Yeah.
to like feel like we live in a home.
I'm like really excited to decorate Mia's room.
Yeah, to decorate her room. It'll be really nice to invite like my family over and just
Yeah, and
have
have a
them
space.
sit in the living
Well, because
room.
the backyard's bigger and yeah, we can host.
We could have like a coffee table and it won't be in the middle of the entire house.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things I'm excited for.
But I'm nervous because like obviously the living with other people is always kind of nerve-wracking and like you, Kevin and Maribel have lived with other people before, have had roommates. I've never had roommates except for you and my sisters when we used to all live together at my parents.
Yeah.
Um
But I mean, you're married to me and Maribel's your sister. It's a little different than like living with random people.
Well, I was getting to the point that aside from nerves, because
sorry.
of that feeling of like obviously moving in with people and like, there is going to be some lack of privacy, whether we like it or not, because,
Yeah.
there's like, I'm not going to be walking around naked.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
can't do that.
unfortunately, that won't be the case. And
Not like I do that much anyway. But
no. But you
Um,
have the option here. That's the plus of this place is like the doors are all closed. The windows, since it's a garage, they're pretty high. So even if you are naked, no one can really see you at all whatsoever.
used to be a garage. It's not anymore.
It's been
They
converted
made it,
into a one bedroom, but
but they
because of
made it
that,
into like a in-law unit type of deal
yeah.
because they have a separate. I feel like you're making it seem like we have because anyway,
Well, I was
I
trying
don't
to
know.
describe the windows because the windows are a little higher than normal. Like
The
if it
windows in the front, the windows in the bedroom are
the
normal.
windows in the bedroom is a full on bedroom. Like the windows are there's one big window and it's nice. Or
Why are we describing this house?
because I was trying to describe how you were able to walk around naked with
Oh,
because
here,
the windows
here,
situation. Yeah,
not
here,
there.
not there. No, no,
But
no,
no,
no.
it's not. That's not even the issue. The issue is like you. Obviously, I'm not gonna be walking
No,
naked
but
with
you
other
just had the
people.
option here. I was just describing because we were.
Okay.
It wasn't a big deal. I
Okay.
wasn't trying. Just wasn't trying to make it a big deal.
Anywho, I was saying I was nervous not only because of that,
Hmm.
but because I don't even know. I forgot my point because you distracted me.
Because you were moving in with people and you've never had roommates before.
No, there was something else. But I was talking about it and then you distracted me.
Oh, I'm
So I can't
sorry.
remember the point.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm in a shitty mood today, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think it's just because it's been a hard week.
It has been, but again, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We just got approved for this house. We're moving. Uh,
Which we do have to move pretty quickly. And
we
I'm
do have
like,
to
I
move
kind
quickly.
of don't like that. I was hoping we could, I'm kind of hoping we could stay here. I mean, Maddie and Kevin could move before us. That's fine. But I was hoping that you and I could stay here till like after I come back from Hawaii. Because I'd rather you be here, like by yourself. Like, because what if Mia cries a lot? And then, like, at least your mommy will be here with you guys.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we need to
we'll
talk to them
we'll
about
talk
that.
to them about it. We'll figure it out, like we do everything. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
We can move a lot of things over
Oh yeah, like
and
I
just leave
feel
like
like
the basics.
if we can move all the unessentials, and so just the essentials are here, and it's not like we're taking the stove and the fridge. Like there's already a stove and a fridge there.
Which
We're
I'm gonna
just
miss
taking.
our sink.
Yeah, no, our sink guys, primo.
So nice. We used to bathe Mia in.
Because we got our landlord to upgrade it, and basically it's this huge sink basin with these like module tops to it. So there's like a cutting board, there's like a dry rack, and then there's like a drainage one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just super nice to be able to put your dishes and then put the modules on top, so it kind of like covers them a little bit.
But it's also really big, so we were able to
Yeah, the new place is it's kind of an
like
older
bathe Mia
model.
in it.
It kind of has a 70s vibe.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. Okay, there's two things I don't like about this new place.
Mm,
I don't like that it's carpet, and I don't like that it's very outdated.
yeah. I
And
will
some
say the
parts of it.
backyard makes up for it. It's a very nice backyard.
Yeah, the backyard is nice.
It's very secluded back there.
Yeah, and the neighborhood is really nice.
Hmm.
That is one part of this neighborhood that has sidewalks, which
We're gonna make it our own.
crazy
I
that
will
we.
say when we moved into this place, as cute.
Oh, that reminded me.
Oh,
Okay, that's why I was nervous.
we're back
about.
on track, everyone. We're back on track.
The other reason why I'm nervous is because, like, when we've only lived alone
Yeah,
and we've decorated and decided on what we want for our place,
your aesthetic.
our aesthetic, which I've had to fight
Her
Charlie
aesthetic.
on this. Shut up. Shut up, Charlie. I've had to fight you so hard on stuff. Like, you really
Yeah.
shouldn't even worry about how this place looks. You should let me have the say in how this place looks. But no, I
I
have to have certain things. I have stuff of like
need
that
knickknacks.
thing is yours. All
What
of that is yours.
what thing? What are we pointing to?
Your
Oh,
safe water, drink wine
that's
thing.
cute though. It's cute though.
Your freaking little knickknacks everywhere.
I
All
do-
your plants, which I don't mind your
Ladies
plants,
and
but
gentlemen, I know you can't see what she's pointing at, but I do have an assortment of knickknacks I love keeping around the house. She is right.
it just makes everything crowded.
It does.
And there's more.
I've
and it
been I've
forms
been
more
better.
dust.
I've been better. I've been better about putting stuff away.
He's only been better about it because I've thrown some of his stuff without him knowing. And then he eventually finds out that I threw it away.
Yeah, and then we get into a big argument about it because I'm like, why would you do that? Let's put it away.
Because you don't even care. You don't even notice for months.
Yeah, and then when, when I figure it out, I'm like, oh, it's
Were you
my
really
stuff.
offended?
A little bit.
Okay,
It's my stuff.
there is this one thing that I was like, thank God we got. I think you got rid of it.
What is
There
it?
was this like giant's little canvas thing.
Oh no, I kept that.
Where is it?
It's hidden away from you.
Oh, Well, I wanted to get rid of that because I was like, Charlie, we never watch games like the Giants
But we're
games.
from San Francisco. The only teams I root for are my Bay Area teams. It is
Yes.
the San Francisco Giants, the 49ers, the Sharks, and the Warriors.
Well,
Those are my
the
teams.
Sharks are from San Jose.
Bay Area teams. Bay Area
Does that
teams.
mean that you would go for the Raiders and the A's as well?
Raiders don't even go here. They're in Las
But
Vegas.
when they were?
And the A's are going to Vegas too. They don't even go here.
Okay, but the thing here is that when I asked you, I'm like, do you even know a player?
I used to know players.
No, but you don't know current players.
What? It's a nice
So
little
we're not
frame.
gonna decorate our house with like Giants memorabilia.
I would like to say it's only one frame that I have.
no,
It's
you
just
you had a bobblehead.
okay. The
You
bobblehead
had
we
a
could have.
freaking
The bobblehead
bobblehead.
was okay to get rid of because I didn't need it. I got that from Nancy, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. But I didn't need the bobblehead. The frame I kept because it was cool. It was cool looking. It's a cool looking frame.
It wasn't even a frame.
It was like a canvas thingy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, we needed to get rid of that.
Well, it's
See, if you wanted to put something 49ers, like from the 49ers, I'd be okay with it because we actually watch their games. We're invested.
that's true. Which we should get some memorabilia now that the season's starting.
I'm excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are also doing a family fantasy
Oh my god, we
football
are
league.
doing a first time doing a family
It is
fantasy.
a 16-man league. It is huge.
And it would have been bigger, but people paired up.
Well, we needed to because then it would be like double its size.
Does that mean that I should have paired up with you? No, I want to have
No,
my
do
own.
your own thing.
Okay.
Because like, okay, most of my aunts and uncles have paired up except for like one aunt and uncle that did not pair up. And that's fine. That's okay. And I even asked my cousin who's putting the league together. We split up duties. So I was the one to like, tell everyone, get everyone on a text thread, get everyone to sign up for the app and everything.
Mhm.
And he's putting the league together. So we're working in tandem. And I even asked him, it's like, I thought only like, 12 max usually. But he said the app would allow, I think it's ESPN Fantasy.
Mm.
So they could allow more than that, which is fine. We're going to have fun. It's going to be
That'd
fun.
be great.
We just need to get the league together, get everyone on the same page. And then I have to do like a Zoom call with everyone to be like, this is how you play the game.
Yeah. There's a lot of competitive personalities.
Which is going to
our
be
fam.
fun because we usually as a family, obviously we're from San Francisco. We watch the 49ers.
They always have like Super Bowl parties.
We always have Super Bowl parties, but we've never done fantasy together. And last year, I've been doing fantasy for about 2 years, 3 years now. I've been doing it for 3 years now. I like it. My cousin loves it. So we're just like, why don't we get the whole family into it? And we love shit talking.
And
with
that's
each
kind of
other.
how I got into football because obviously I didn't grow up with football.
Mhm.
My family doesn't watch football. So,
They watch
soccer.
Español fútbol.
Fútbol mexicano.
Fútbol mexicano.
And Charlie started obviously watching because of fantasy. He was watching obviously more games, like from his players, whatever. And the first year you did fantasy, you were a terror, and I hated
I just don't like losing.
that season.
I love games so much, and I hate losing.
But it wasn't even yes, I know that you hate, like, you're competitive on that part.
Yeah.
But it was like you were annoying because if like you would lose that week, you'd be so depressed. You would be, and then you would like just hate the world. You were just like a dark cloud over me
Yeah.
because you would just,
Because I would see
It
you
would
would be
take-
happy, and I'd be
you
like,
would
"You're
suck
not
my
allowed."
energy.
I would sap it. I'd be like, "Are you happy?" Oh no, no, no,
Let
no,
me-
no, no.
So the next year after that, when he was like, hey, fantasy's starting again, should I just do it? And I was like, nope, please don't. Please don't. And he's like, I'm going to do it. And
I was
then I
I
realized
was better that year. Like the second year
you
I did
were.
it, I was
Okay,
really
but-
good.
And that's how I got into it because in the second year, I was like, you know what? He seems better. Like this year, he seems calmer.
You know why? Because I was winning that year.
Well, he seemed calmer, but I think you also kind of picked up on like,
I understood how to play. So the first year I did it, I only watched the 49ers and I didn't really watch football that much. I
Yeah.
watched their games and that's about it. So when I got offered to do this, I didn't know anything about fantasy. But the guys I was working with, they offered to kind of like teach me a little bit how to do certain things. And I asked a lot of questions. And I got into it. I really got into watching all the games because you'd watch them on like Monday, Thursday, sometimes Saturday and Sunday. Those were like the game days.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night. And then I think at the beginning of the season, they have Saturdays as well because there's a bunch of games going on. But I got really into watching all of them. And the first time I did it, I didn't know what I was doing. So I would just pick players because I was like, I like their name. Like I had nothing.
This
no
one has
information.
kind eyes.
Yeah, I like this guy's name. Which football players have the craziest names sometimes.
Yeah.
There's like really interesting names they give. They not give each other, but they have.
Yeah.
So I would just like pick a name, and most of the time that was that was like the third like receiver that they had. It wasn't even their starter, and I was like, oh
yeah,
shit.
But so anywho, when you started your second year doing fantasy and then you started watching the games, because I feel like the first year you really still would only watch the 49ers.
Yeah.
Only, and then the second year you started kind of watching everything, and then I really started getting into it because you would explain to me the rules of the game.
Yeah.
And I think once I know the rules of a game, I really get like, I was like, okay, cool. And then you'd ask me like, hey, I have this and this and this. And then I started doing my own research because I was like, well, I want to be able to help you and kind of,
I would ask for a second opinion because I always try to like, because sometimes in my head I can make things more than they are. Like, should I put this player in? Should I not put this? So I just ask a second opinion, even though you may not know what's going on.
But then I would do my research on it, and then I would be like, hey, like I read this, and then I read that, and then because you also don't have social media, so I was kind of basing it off of like.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Like
I have YouTube.
People.
That's about it.
And Reddit, you'd like.
I used to have Reddit. I got rid of Reddit because it would just poison my brain.
Yeah, sometimes Reddit's kind of intense.
Yeah, so I don't have any social media.
But I got into it, and then I got my sister into it, like towards the end of the season.
Yeah, Maribel used to come over all the time.
And then last season, we really were in it. Like,
yeah, we were in it to win it.
We were going, like every single game.
Maribel came over, and we would like watch the game together.
Maribel would come over, and we would watch each game together.
Yeah. Which is fun. It's fun. Like I like football. I always say you want to go to a baseball game. You want to be there because it's a good time. You get to relax. The game is slow enough so it's like you can talk to whomever. You can get a hot dog. You can go to the bathroom. You could talk to whomever and then go back to the game. You don't want to watch it on TV. It's boring on TV. I will say.
Don't say that to people.
I'm just saying. That's what my opinion. Football is great to watch on TV because when you're at the field, the energy could be there, but sometimes you don't always see every play because they're fast. Sometimes it's like, boom, they did it. And you're like, wait, what happened? So I like watching it on TV because then you can like zoom in and see exactly what's going on.
Which reminds me, we have to figure out a date, like which games we're gonna go to this season.
We do. We have to.
Because last year we didn't go to any of the games because Mia was a newborn.
Yeah. We were kind of restricted.
Yeah. Like this was so cute. We got home on a Sunday. Like we brought Mia back home on a Sunday, and she was in her cute little like outfit from the hospital, like the little outfit you pick to get her out of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we got home, obviously the Niners were playing that day, and we put her in her little Niner jersey. It was like a little onesie,
She
Niner
looked
onesie.
like a little bean.
She didn't even like it fit her so big.
Yeah.
But then it was really cute that throughout the months, like it got to like it fit her. And then literally on the last game, like that I put that on her, like I put her
she
onesie. I was like, this is the last time she's gonna wear this.
Yeah.
Because now this
maybe
season,
we should frame it.
We should.
Yeah.
Well, your dad was so cute. Your dad's like, maybe just cut it and make it a crop top.
Of course, my dad's always trying to find ways to like save money anywhere. It's like, why get rid of this? This is still good.
My cousins gifted her a Kittle little shirt.
Oh, good.
So I think she's just gonna wear that this season.
Oh, that's gonna be cute.
Unless I get her a jersey, but we'll see.
Okay.
So yeah, that was kind of like I became a football wife.
Yeah. It's kind
Does that make me a what do they call those people?
Sport enthusiast?
No. No, like it's a negative thing. People you follow the
a groupie or something? No, that's the wrong thing. I don't know.
I can't. Why can I not remember the word? It's like what they call everyone who's like, "Oh, we love them," and
Oh,
then
a bandwagoner?
bandwagoner.
Oh. No, I think you followed the team enough. Like, you know things more than I do
I
about
do.
about the players' personal lives.
Oh
So
yeah, that is one thing. When I get
I
passionate
don't
about
think you're a
something,
bandwagoner at this point. I think you are a diehard fan now.
I literally will find out what they're like, who they're dating, who they're married to, how many kids they have, like what's going on in their lives, because that also could affect their performance.
Yeah,
I mean,
good.
it affected Brady.
That's true. That did. Well, also Brady needed to retire after after not this last season, but the one previous, because that's where he was at top. The last one was like, "Eeh." I mean, he's still the GOAT. Like, you got to give it to him.
Yeah,
But
one bad season's not gonna
I know,
take
but
away
it's
that
still
title.
kind of like it's hard when you're on top to like leave when you're at top when you're on the top because it's like, well, I'm already here. Might as well keep going. But
Yeah.
that last season kind of proved it's like, all
Well,
right,
when your
dude.
life revolves around something that obviously takes your attention, like
Yeah, and something that you love.
something that you're incredibly passionate about and that you're really good at, I think it's really hard to kind of
Like, step away.
find your identity away from it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just hard with anything.
Yeah. But a lot of people like there's been a lot of moves in the NFL. I know we're going to get super sporty here, but there was a lot of moves in the NFL this like last year to this year with people retiring, players moving around. So it's going to be an interesting
That's
year.
one thing that I have not a hard time, but I get a little sad about football is that you have a team and you get so used to the team, and then there's like all these players who get traded or go to a different team, and I feel like it does change the dynamic a little,
Yeah.
and it makes me sad, like because I feel like last season the Niners just had such a great team, and like there's players like Gold's not going to be there anymore, and I'm really sad
Robbie
about that.
Gold.
Yeah.
It's
And
as
then
good as gold.
Jimmy Ward's not going to be there either.
I know.
I mean, obviously my Jimmy G.
I mean, are we sad about that one? I
I
guess we
am.
are. He's going to be fine. He's at the Raiders, dude.
I'm
He's going to
not
be
saying that they're not
okay.
going to be fine. I'm just saying it's sad.
He's not gonna be in his red and gold.
You know what? People could say whatever the fuck they want about it, but he was a guy's guy.
He was. And you know what? I was watching the preseason Niner Raider game, which the Raiders like destroyed the Niners. It was really sad to watch. But they were saying it's like, look, Jimmy G isn't that bad of a quarterback. I mean, I think he was like third best quarterback behind like some other like all-stars for the
When?
Niners.
Oh, for the Niners.
For the Niners overall, like he does win games. Like he isn't bad. I think
I just think
the Niner fans
Shanahan's.
really just turned on him hard because we thought he was going to be this like golden child for us, and it didn't really pan out that way, which is okay. At the end of the day, these are all players who get paid a lot of money to play this game, and they're all at the top of their game.
Yeah.
Like he could beat 99% of the humans on the planet when it comes to football.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the league, you're dealing with the best of the best, you
Mm-hmm.
know? That's what it really is.
I do think it's really funny when people like comment horrible things about players and stuff. And I'm
Usually
like,
the most
you are sitting at
unathletic
home.
people are saying the worst things where
Yeah.
I'm like,
As if they would do
really?
a better job.
Yeah, you get up there and do something about it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's ridiculous. And at the same time, I've even yelled at the TV because obviously I'm playing fantasy. You know, I'm getting all emotional about it where I'm like, do something where they can't.
Do
They
you
would hurt themselves if they did something.
do you think that Lance is gonna
I don't know. I
I
really don't know. I don't know if he's going to
I
be.
think Purdy's quarterback
I think
one,
he's quarterback one, and Lance is going to be
two.
behind him, and then Sam Darnold is going to be behind him.
Yeah.
Which we're going to see how this season goes. All my time watching, and I haven't been watching that long, you really never know what's going to happen during the
No.
season. You know,
I know last season everything was
Purdy could like freaking. Where's some wood?
this is what
I don't know if this is wood. Knock on wood. Purdy could get hurt. Lance could become a star. Like, who knows what's going to happen? So
I know.
I'm just going into it being like, all right, let's see what happens.
I
Hope for the
know.
best.
I like
I will say, I'm going to say this right now. No respect for the Niners. No one talks about us with respect in the league or at any of the football shows or whatever.
Yeah, they put more respect on the Cowboys when the Cowboys haven't even gone to the playoffs.
Dude, we've been back to back to the
When was the last
playoffs.
time the Cowboys went to the
I
playoffs?
don't know. But
Did they go to the playoffs last year?
we've been back to back to the playoffs and they haven't said shit. We went to the playoffs and our team
We
was
went to a
falling
Super
apart.
Bowl.
We went to a Super Bowl and our team was falling apart. Like, are you kidding me?
Wait, no, we didn't go to the Super Bowl and the team was falling apart. We went
Never
to
mind.
we went to
We went to
the
the playoffs. We
championship,
went to the championship
and
and our
we
team
didn't
was
have
falling
any more
apart.
quarterbacks.
You're right. But I'm just saying, give us some respect.
Yeah, put
Say
some
like,
respect.
you know,
But then there's also a lot of people who hate the Niners.
I know. And there's I know.
One thing I won't like, I hate biggest like one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to sports stuff
Mhm.
is when people are, let's say, fans of a different team, right?
Yeah.
And they have to just constantly be making like horrible comments against like the Niners or another whatever team. But in this case, I see it often. Like they'll be like, "Oh, you whatever Niners," blah, 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 and I'm like, focus on your fucking team. That's not
Are
even
you talking
making it to
about
the
like when
playoffs.
we were playing the Eagles?
No,
Oh.
I'm talking about this specific person that I know that's on my Instagram who always posts horrible things about the Niners, and I'm just like, get over it.
Yeah.
Just because your team is not doing a good job does not mean like I just okay, but this goes with everything, because it's not just sports. Like I think a lot of people constantly like make their personalities about hating specific things, and I'm like, you're putting way too much energy and attention to what you hate
Mm-hmm.
that it almost makes me question if you even hate them.
I always feel like, and
It's just like jealousy at this point.
I felt like this maybe my third time playing fantasy, so like watching the entirety of the NFL that year or whatever, where I think a lot of people put their heart and their soul into their team and into football, where this is what I like, I need them to win. And sometimes, not all the time, sometimes that's all that they have going for them. They have a job they don't like. They're in situations at home that they don't like. They have nothing else going for
But I
them.
can't blame
But
them for that. I mean, if that's like
I
their
can't blame
escape.
them for that. But I could understand why they would get so aggressive about things when it comes to
Oh,
the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Where it's like, this is the only thing that I have, and if it's not going right, I hate everyone around it. They become ridiculous about things.
Yeah. Have you ever cried because your team has lost?
No, I just always get mad. I've never cried. Because at the end of the
I
game,
have.
really?
Yeah.
For the Niners?
No, it was when I was younger and I would watch soccer.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never cried at a game. At the end of the day, I know it's a game.
I know, but I was really sad because I'm really competitive too and I
Which
really
game
wanted.
was this?
It was when I was little. It was even like I think it might have been definitely Mexico versus someone.
Oh,
And
like
no,
the
and it was not the
the
Netherlands.
national team?
Yeah.
Mm.
It was definitely not the Netherlands. Fuck the Netherlands. Just kidding, just kidding. Just
For
kidding.
people who don't know, there was a game between Mexico and the Netherlands. Was it for the World Cup?
It was for the World Cup.
And apparently,
And
you explain it. You tell them.
This was the game before the quarterfinals.
Mm.
Whoever would win of this, like it was Mexico versus the Netherlands.
Well,
and
what
we had scored.
was this in the middle of the summer? No, winter.
Yeah, it's always in the summer.
In the summer. What was the
Mm.
temperature outside?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you remembered everything about the day.
I wasn't there.
The sun was high. The weather was crisp with disappointment.
I just remember what it was here. And Mexico had scored. And mind you, the Netherlands were one of the top teams that year.
Mm.
They were honestly considered to win. That was the World Cup that Germany won. So anyway, we were playing against the Netherlands and going into the game, us as Mexicans were like, this is gonna be a hard game.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be a hard team to beat. But we freaking scored. And it was like, whoa, like we have a chance. We have a chance to make it to the quarterfinals.
When was this?
For the first
2000
time.
what? 2000.
Was it 2016? No, because you were.
Were we dating at this point or no?
I don't remember. Maybe no. Maybe no. I think this was before because.
Was it
Because when I found
2011?
out that you were
Was it 2011? Because it's every 4 years, or is that like the Olympics? Am I thinking of the Olympics?
I don't remember a year. Oh, I don't want to look for it right now.
We'll figure it out.
Anywho, and then a penalty gets called against us because one of the Netherlands players pretends that he basically fakes a fall, and it was not a penalty.
Look,
And they score, obviously, and it's 1-1 now. And like just we get so demoralized, and then they scored again, and then we lose. For the longest time, have held this grudge because it was not a penalty. It was not a freaking penalty. And it really hurt us deeply. So when Charlie told me that he was half Colombian, I was like, great. When he told me he was Italian, I knew the Italian as his last name. I was like, great. And then he's like, yeah, I'm also quarter Dutch from the Netherlands. I was like,
look,
can
Dutch
I
people
make
are
this
just
work?
good actors. We're really good actors, stars in our own right. So, what can I say?
The crazy
Loser.
the crazy thing is that I feel like your Dutch side is more like you interact more with your Dutch side. We don't know a lot of your Italian side.
No, actually, that's true. Most of my family on my dad's side, I think, is from the Dutch side.
Yeah.
Yeah, my aunt Claire is the only, I think, living member of my Italian side that I
No,
have a
I don't think
connection
it's
to.
just the only living member, but that you have a connection with. Yeah.
But I have a connection with, because she's my grandfather's sister
Mm-hmm.
who passed before I was born. Um, so yeah, it really is. But even then, it's like we really have no connection to
The Netherlands.
Netherlands.
I
My
know.
grandmother is from Maastricht. Maastricht. I'll figure out how that's pronounced. But yeah, I mean, I know my aunt's been there. It's cool, but I don't think we have any family we know of. The same with the Italian side. I know more people from Colombia than I do my dad's side. So, is what it is.
Yeah. But it wasn't that game that I cried. I forgot what game was it that I cried that we
Oh.
lost. And that was also very sad. I think it was just because when you get really passionate, and there's one thing like Maribel was right. Like she says, us as family, at least we Mexicans, my family,
Mm-hmm.
we get really patriotic when it comes to World Cup and Mexico's playing,
Mm-hmm.
or when Miss Universe is
You guys do. Last
Miss
time I saw you
Mexico.
guys watching Miss Universe, you guys were into it. And I was like,
Yeah, we're like
whoa.
Mexico.
I was like, all righty. Did
Yeah.
Colombia win the last one? No. Who won
No,
the last
USA
one?
won.
Oh,
The last
USA
one.
won.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. USA. USA. USA.
But Colombia has won
Yeah.
a couple of them.
Because we attractive. We hot.
Yeah. Colombia always has really. I mean, all women are beautiful. I mean, like literally
Any woman who's in that competition is gorgeous.
any woman's gorgeous, Charlie.
Yes, all women are gorgeous. Just all men are handsome.
Yeah, but for some reason.
But in that particular competition, they are extremely gorgeous.
They're out of this world.
They're out of this world. They're Miss Universe. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Yeah, because they're out of this world. All right. All right.
Anything else you want to talk about? Where are we at?
We're at 53. I think we can go a few more minutes.
Oh, okay. Any questions you want to ask me? Do you want to make it about myself? Because it's my birthday.
How does it feel? Because you're about to turn 30.
The big 30.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I think that this is gonna be, this new decade of my life is gonna really be about myself. I think
Good.
last decade, like my 20s, were about myself as well, but I was a little scared of like vocalizing my opinions, standing up for myself here and there.
Mhm.
And I think that ever since I've birthed Mia, I have a new perspective in life
Okay.
about that. And I care about people's feelings. And I'm never going to be the kind of person to try to hurt people's feelings intentionally. That's never, I'm not that person and I don't intend to be. But I also have learned to be more vocal about my opinions and stand up a little bit more for myself. And then also just kind of believe in myself more. Because like, I think it's very easy to allow other people to not walk over you, but allow other people to define you, if that makes sense.
Do you feel any different going into your 30s right now? Like, do you feel different than
No, I'm
you?
not going to feel any different, to be honest. I do, and we've talked about this like a couple of days ago. I do think that going into our 30s with a kid has changed us, but I think it's because we had a baby. I think if we didn't have a baby, it really would have just been an extension of our 20s.
Hmm.
Having a baby does change a lot of things, but I think for the better.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know about you, but I do feel like I'm more myself with to the world. Like I've always been obviously myself to you and to my family,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like I'm also starting to become more myself with everyone else.
Mm.
And um I like that.
Yeah. I mean, when I turned 30, or not even I turned 30, but entering my 30s, I felt just a little more confident in who I was. I
That's
feel
fair.
like in my 20s
You need
and
a little bit more of like an ego
yeah, I've always been
sprinkle.
kind of like nervous to exist, I think, and feel like I've always been like felt like a waste of space, essentially. So going into my 30s, I just felt a little
Feel
more
like a waste of
confident.
space though. Because yeah,
No,
you're gonna mess up our little sound.
I know she's like falling into this little crevice.
Okay.
But no, just cuz I haven't always had the best confidence in myself just cuz I've never felt like I was particularly good at any one thing. Now that I'm in my 30s, I've, been working for a while and I've discovered I can be very dynamic in a lot of things. So I have a little more confidence in myself. Like I
Mm-hmm.
understand how I operate a little better, which is a
Mm-hmm.
good thing. And I think most people figure that out when they get older. It's just, it takes time sometimes. Not everyone is going to be right out of the gate.
Give me a second.
Dude, you are on the equipment. Dude. Just chill. Chill, girl. Chill.
She just
She'll,
wants me to be scratching her.
I know. She has moments of like laying down and then she'll wander around and then she'll just come up right to my face and I'm like, I'll scratch you. Just chill, girl. Chill.
Oh, it's a baby. She has a massive knot here. I need to cut it.
I know.
But what were you saying?
Just just getting older and just entering your 30s, I feel like have a better understanding on who you are, which is good cuz now I feel more confident to be like, I don't like doing that or I like doing that. I
Is
like
there
this.
any like pressure you feel?
What do you mean? What do you mean by pressure?
Um, just like that you have to be some like at a certain point in your life that you're not, or you feel like any outside pressure of like, I don't know,
No,
to be
like
something.
no, cuz I think I've kind of figured out who I am. And I think I'm better at just being like, especially because I've had Mia. Like I've hit certain milestones in my life where I feel a little more like I'm good.
Hmm.
Like I know who I am. I know what I like. I know what I want to do. And I don't feel like I need to be someone else that I'm not, which is good. I feel better about that. Especially, I think very much after having Mia, I felt like that because as soon as I was a dad, I'm like, I'm not gonna try to fake it for anyone anymore.
No.
Like I have a kid, dude. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to be someone I'm not. A big thing that happened was like when was it? I forget whose graduation party we were at, but we were at my aunt's house.
Just this year?
I think it was like last year or something like that. Um,
This year, the
I think
we
maybe
always
this
have
year.
graduation
Maybe it was
parties.
this year, but it was
Did we
at
have me already?
yeah, we already
Oh
had
yeah, it
Mia.
was this year.
Yeah, so we were at my aunt's house, and I think one of my little brother's friends was there or something like that, and he was all trying to convince us to like go to the bars or whatever. So they went to the bars, and he was trying to
Oh yeah.
convince me. And usually in the past, I'd like succumb and be like, "All right, I'll go," because I just don't want to be left out or like be a party pooper. But I was very much like, "Bro, I'm not doing that. I have a kid right here. It's okay." And I think that's also a big thing for me where it's like I can finally feel okay being like I don't need to act. I don't want to say act out, but like act a certain way in order to feel like accepted or cool or whatever. Where I'm just
Mhm.
like I'm good, man. I'm
Mhm.
really good. And I really didn't drink that day.
Mhm.
No, which is another thing like I haven't really been doing anything. I've
No,
been
you've been pretty sober and because you never were addicted to any.
No, but I did.
But
I
you did stop.
Yeah, I was smoking a lot, and I feel like I don't think we have enough time in this
No, I
episode.
think we should talk about it
I want to
in
dedicate
a
an
separate episode because I think
yeah
it's very important to talk about.
yeah. I'll talk about it in another episode, but like I've said it in a few other episodes, but I was very
Dependent.
dependent. I almost want to say addicted because like I almost felt like I needed to do it in order to calm down.
But I do feel like addiction, if you would have been addicted, it would have been way more harder than what it was to not stop
I
it.
think it's easier to get off weed, but you can still form a habitual addiction to it.
Fair.
Um, but I was doing it a lot, like every single day, and I really felt like this was the way I calmed down, which isn't good. And so even after I had Mia, there was a moment I was smoking more, and I felt very. It was just like it just felt like I needed to be in that. I felt like I needed to be numb, and that's what it kind of made me feel like. I like the feeling of being numb and just not having the what's the word I'm looking for? Not having the I don't want to say terrors, but like the
Thoughts,
thoughts of like the
responsibilities.
yeah, like weed really for me anyway, it kind of allowed me to focus intently on what I was doing and not really think about anything else.
Mm.
And I liked that because I have a tendency to overthink things and get worried about things and feel stressed
But
out.
when we had Mia, you weren't doing it throughout the day at all.
No, I wasn't, but I would still at night I would do it.
When she was asleep,
When she was
and
asleep, but then I wouldn't get a good night's sleep, which I didn't really recognize as that was the reason why I wasn't sleeping well. Because it will knock me out, but it wouldn't let me like get into that deep REM sleep, which I needed.
yeah,
And I've been able to get there now. I've been able to like
yeah, you've
dream and stuff.
stopped struggling with sleep.
Yeah, because I think I've gotten through a lot of that.
Prior to having Mia, you really were struggling so bad with sleep to the point where you wouldn't let me sleep.
Yeah, I would like toss and turn all night. It
It
was
was
really
so
rough.
frustrating.
And it was a combination of things. It was stress, it was nerves, it was smoking, and just getting rid of all that kind of helped. It really, really did help.
Hmm.
I mean, will I do it again in the future? Maybe, because I enjoyed it, but I think there has to be a level of responsibility that I was not taking
Well,
prior.
I think you want to be present for Mia
I do,
while she's like in her
because
most formative years.
when she was very, very young, I I think I got high like once or twice, and she was crying, and I had like this crazy panic attack where it's like
And
I'm
for
in a state.
I want to state, I was here and I had told him, "You go ahead. I'm going to take care of Mia."
Yeah,
He was not in charge of Mia. Please state that because I don't want people to
I
assume.
was not in charge of Mia. Sandra was here, and I would have never done it if Sandra was not here.
Or if you were in charge.
If I was in charge, I would not have done it. But she was here. She told me specifically, "Go do it. I'm in charge." But she was crying, and I just felt like I wasn't in a state to help, and I was just like, I can't be like this. I really can't be like this with her around. So I I had to change something. So I told myself it's like I'm gonna just I finished what I had. Like I smoked it all and then I was like, I'm not getting any more. I'm done. And it was rough the first few weeks because I really wanted to do it. Like I really wanted to do it, especially at night when like you went to bed and I had a few hours to myself. Like I want to get high and play video games and kind of like zone out a little bit and not think of, the world and all the shit I have to do and all the craziness. Cause it really did help me like unwind, but essentially it made me feel numb a for a majority of that. So
Well, don't say it all because I feel like now you just said it all.
no, I didn't say it all. We'll have a whole episode dedicated to this, but this is kind of like a taste of what we're going to talk about maybe next episode.
Hmm.
I think we'll still be here though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean we hit like an hour and 4. You think you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up because I need to do some other stuff. But
All right.
um,
Well, thank you guys for watching. This was Little Green Podcast.
please like, comment, subscribe. Um,
Yeah.
we need some money.
Yeah. because the more you guys subscribe and the more you guys comment, the more likely we can get a sponsor or something.
The
And
less likely I'd have to get a second job.
yeah,
I was looking for a second job last night.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, please help us, please.
Just because like daycare's so expensive.
Yeah, well,
And
living in the Bay Area is expensive.
right now we just have to. But hopefully this whole situation helps.
Yeah.
Anywho,
We'll try to leave it on a happy note, but thank you for watching.
happy birthday to me. Next time
Happy
you
birthday
watch
to
this,
Sandra.
I'm going to be 30. 30, 30.
The dirty 30.
On the dirty. Dirty, dirty. Oh, it's dirty, dirty on the 30, right?
I didn't
Do you remember
watch.
Fernando and Greg?
I didn't watch Fernando. I didn't listen to Fernando and Greg.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bye.
But bye guys.